In this video, I want to discuss the difference between comprehension and retention, because some people think they're the same, but there's a subtle difference between them. Comprehension is what you're understanding as you're reading the material in that present moment, and retention is what you remember later on. For example, you might be reading a novel and enjoying it in that present moment. That's comprehension. But what if someone asked you later on what it was about? Or what if you had a test on the details of the novel? Have you ever had the experience where you get to a certain question on a test and your mind just goes blank? Sometimes it's at a point where you know the answer, you're just having trouble remembering it. It's as if the answer is on the tip of your tongue. Well, this is not an issue with comprehension. This is an issue with retention, your ability to recall information. Isn't it true that sometimes we can have great comprehension and then absolutely horrible retention? That's why it's important for us to note that comprehension and retention are two separate areas that we need to work on. And in the coming lessons, we'll work on both of these important skills. The easiest way to improve your comprehension is to adjust your reading speed. In other words, don't always read at the same speed. There are points where you should slow down and points where you should speed up. Adjusting your speed is very important, and there are some simple ways you can do it. Here's a good rule of thumb. Slow down on the first sentence of a paragraph and then speed up a little bit through the rest of the paragraph. When you get to a new paragraph, just repeat the process. Slow down on the first sentence, and again, speed up a little through the rest of the paragraph. Now, why would we slow down on the first sentence of a paragraph? As you probably already know, the first sentence of a paragraph tends to be the main idea or topic sentence of that paragraph. It's not always the case, but most of the time, maybe 80% of the time or more, the first sentence is the main idea of the paragraph. So it's important to slow down just a little bit here to make sure you don't miss that important sentence. There are a variety of ways you can adjust your reading speed while going through the material. Slowing down on the first sentence of a paragraph is just one way to do it. If you're a student and you're reading something very important that's likely to be on the final exam, you might slow down a little bit through that section and speed up through material you're already familiar with. Or you might be reading a novel, and at the beginning of the story you might slow it down a bit, only to speed up through the middle and slowing it back down near the end. Again, the key here is that you adjust your reading speed. At some points you should speed up, and at other points you should slow down. But you should never read at the same speed through all of the material. Slowing down on the first sentence of a paragraph is a good rule of thumb that works with most types of material, and this is an easy way for you to improve your comprehension with little to no practice. If you have a moment to do some reading right now, try it out for yourself.